Welcome everyone to Old Roommates. Today on the show, we revisit 1985's The Legend of Billie Jean. So, be sure to listen to the whole episode because fair is fair! The revisit is about to begin.
Welcome everyone to Old Roommates, the only podcast that revisits pop culture through a middle-aged lens. This is Christina.
And this is Brian.
And yes, The Legend of Billie Jean. Fair is fair. Fair is fair. Oh
Christina
my gosh.
the episode.
So funny. Starring Helen Slater.
Yeah.
And Christian Slater.
Yeah.
Who I learned just this morning.
Oh, cut it out.
I swear to God, they are not
related.
Brother and sister.
Oh, God.
I really literally learned that this morning.
You are a film historian. People turn to us.
Well, at least I'm being honest about it.
Anyway. To be honest, I was shocked too. I mean, I learned years.
Shocked?
Learned years and years. They look alike.
They look
have
alike.
Blonde hair. Isn't that all you need to be related?
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Slater.
Unbelievable. And they played brother and sister.
Helen.
Holy shit.
Oh my God.
If I had two more children, I think I would do that just for the hell of it.
Hell of it?
For the Christian of it. Anyway.
Yes.
Sorry. We will begin this episode eventually. As we always do. Brian.
Yes.
Tell me your history with The Legend of Billie Jean.
True story. I watched this on VHS.
Mm-hmm.
I only watched it because I loved that song, Invincible, by Pat Benatar. I had no interest in this movie.
It's a good song.
I couldn't have given two shits about this movie. I only watched it because of the music video, Pat Benatar, Invincible, the theme from The Legend of Billie Jean, was so good. And so I watched the movie, and I was pretty bored. Mm-hmm. I also found it just like sweaty and dirty. Like I just felt like it's like, I don't really like these characters. Like it's sweaty, it's dirty. The girl has her period. Like I mean, there are things that stick. There are things that absolutely stayed in my mind for a long time. Mm-hmm. But it was just I felt like such like a kind of a downer and dirty and grungy and not my thing and not very interesting. And that's really it. I watched it once. I had never seen it since this revisit. How about you, Christina?
So funny you ask. Very similar.
Really?
Yes. Not necessarily the reason why I watched it, but I watched it, it was a rental, and I felt the same way. I thought it was boring. Mm-hmm. I didn't really like the characters. Yeah. It just was messy.
Yeah.
And I remember thinking, really? All this for a scooter? I really felt like they were making a mountain out of a molehill. Yeah. And I think I missed a lot of the point of it, to be honest, when I was watching it. But I just didn't find it, entertaining at all. And I had not seen it since, until the revisit.
It's, my memory of it was just, very messy and disjointed and, not great. When did you rewatch it?
About a week ago, I think.
I watched it, 2 days ago.
Yeah. Yeah. So, what were your first impressions with the rewatch?
Holy shit, this movie moves fast. I don't even know how was I bored? Because, to my note here, the bullies are bullying before the credits are even over. Yeah. It's just starts.
It started right
You know nothing about Billie Jean. You know nothing about Binks Davy, the brother. All you know is that they're siblings and they're being bullied. Or he's being bullied for his amazing scooter. And they kind of escape the situation. But it's even unclear, really, it just seems weird. Is this a daily occurrence?
Why are they bullying him? They just don't like him? Are they trying to impress his sister, which they clearly want to fondle? Yeah. Are they jealous of his scooter? There's no real reason why they're picking these people.
You get the sense that they're those kids think they're trash, right?
Yes.
There's this financial disparity. There's they live in a trailer park. This kid, clearly has some money, whatever. But it just seems so unnecessary. Just save it for school. Don't bully people when they're just trying to ride a moped.
They're riding a moped and they're chasing them with a car.
Very dangerous. Then we meet them in the lake, and Billie Jean hilariously pretends that she's being mauled by an alligator.
So funny. She's a riot.
That is not okay.
You missed the part where she basically is topless outside in front of her brother.
So that's really funny. I thought she looked amazing.
Oh my God, she has an unbelievable body.
Unbelievable body. She is gorgeous in this movie. But yeah, I was like, oh, like that. I guess
she just whips her shirt up, and throws another one on, no bra.
Yeah.
I'll be right there.
Yeah, I'm like, I guess that's a bathing suit.
Is it supposed to make her seem trashier?
Yeah, I don't know. It was weird. Like, but then. And then they show them sunbathing together on the plank and all that.
And she's just like, I felt like a lot of the point of the first few minutes of this movie was to show
how beautiful
and sensual and like sexual this girl is, right?
I don't disagree. I don't disagree.
And but then they go to the lake and she pretends that she's being mauled by an alligator.
Yeah, I think that was mean.
It was so mean. It's so weird. Because it said, watch out for the alligators.
I know. And she's
like, I can take care of myself with an alligator.
And then he's like, Billie Jean. She pops up behind and she's like, looking for somebody. I'm like, oh my God, you guys are
hilarious.
You guys are a riot.
You guys just have sex.
Christina.
I mean,
we've had so many.
They live in a trailer park.
We've had very close brother and sister characters on this podcast over and over again this year. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, lots of hugging and touching. And
yes. I wrote, for all those dirt roads, the scooter couldn't be shinier. It
brand spanking new.
Looks like a game show prize. Mm-hmm. It is beaming shininess. And then I wrote, those assholes. Here they come.
But they literally just, okay. This is what makes no sense to me at all. He throws a milkshake in his face, and then this is after he was, what did he scratch it or something? I forget what he did. Hubie?
Didn't he rip the raccoon tail off the antenna?
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's it. Yeah. So I knew he did something. So he does that, and then Binks throws a milkshake in his face, and then there's this big chase ensues. But it's not that far away from that whole situation.
Where they would think
it's not
they would
too
be
much
safe.
longer.
Right.
And they're just gonna park it like right in the open. I mean, of course they're gonna do something to the bike.
Yeah. I mean, right.
It doesn't make any sense.
It's very weird. They should have buried it behind some bushes or something.
I don't know. But you're right. It does look brand spanking new. Not even a little bit of milkshake on it. And then there's that creepy guy with them that is constantly taking pictures of her.
Oh my God.
Right? And obviously no cell phones back then, right? So he has this big Canon camera.
Yeah.
And he just keeps taking pictures of her.
Not okay.
Not okay at all.
Oh, which is so funny. Because the poster is
the
picture. Oh my God. I just
picked that.
I just put it together.
Where'd you think that poster came from?
I don't know.
It's her coming out of the water
that day. That is so insane.
Yes.
I didn't even connect.
But what I thought was really weird was that they only had that one pose. Like he was snapping away like a million pictures. You would think that he would have developed more than one.
Sex sells. I mean, look at that outfit.
I'm sure there's moments where she's moving and you can see more cleavage. And that's what I mean. Like sex sells is right.
That scooter's his whole life.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Talking to the police officer played by Peter Coyote. Mm-hmm. And then Yeardley Smith, the voice of
Simpsons.
Yeah,
Lisa Simpson, right?
How do you know Hoobie did it? 'Cause he's a fucker, that's how I know.
It was a great impersonation. Okay. Another annoying character as well. Did you like Yeardley?
I'm going to say something, Christina.
Let's hear it.
That may rock our friendship to its core.
Oh my God.
I loved this movie. I really enjoyed this rewatch. I was laughing. I was engrossed. I was like, what is going to happen next? Keep it coming. I don't want it to end. One of my notes is, I wish some of these scenes were longer.
Wow.
Yeah. I wrote, this is feminist filmmaking at its finest. She is indeed a legend. I think someone should remake it now because I think it's the things I think
a remake of this would be great now, actually.
I think the issues with this movie would be resolved with today's technology. Mm-hmm. My biggest issues with this movie is, no way could she be this famous in the entire state of Texas all these people giving her money, everyone knowing her just from a glance, knowing, after she cuts her hair, like, they know her from the picture and da-da-da. And it's like, I think if they had social media back then, this would be much more believable.
That's how you become a legend. Absolutely.
More believable. So, if they were to remake this movie, I think it would be a much easier pill to swallow, and then they could dedicate a little more time to some better storytelling and some better characterization.
Yes, and that's my big issue with this movie, is the time frame.
Yeah.
Where is she going? All of that, none of that really makes sense. How long has she been gone for? Who knows she's gone? Is this nationally broadcast? Is it local?
Yeah.
Is she still in the same town? It's so weird. They're making posters and hats and bumper stickers and all kinds of stuff. That takes some time.
I also struggled with, she should have led with the sexual assault.
She never even mentions it to the very end.
He tried to rape her.
Yes.
Oh my God. It's
It was
terrifying.
self-defense.
Self-defense. She has that opportunity on that video to say, and unfortunately the movie doesn't really go there, but it's like, is she embarrassed? Is she ashamed? Does she feel like she did something that brought this on? But she doesn't even get a chance to say it. And I feel like that's why I'm saying, if this movie was remade today, it could be 10 times better.
Yes.
Because, like, she had said he tried to rape. I went there to collect the money, and he tried to rape me.
Right.
And my brother was told that gun was. Listen.
There's a lot of things I would say
really quick. I didn't like this movie then. So when I say I really liked it now, you know what I'm saying? It's all relative. It's relative. Because I have a lot of critiques.
So you liked it more, is what you should say.
I liked it a lot more.
Yeah.
A lot more. Because I really do find this movie to be very entertaining. And it also says something about, which is a later note I have, about that you really can't control public perception.
Correct.
Because everyone's saying you're a hero, you're a legend, you're all these things. She's just her. Like, she doesn't know. She's scared. She doesn't know. She's walking to that house with the abused kid. And it's like, she doesn't know what she can do, what she can't do, what power she has. Like, this is someone's impression of her.
Well, and I think that they are more interested, this movie is more interested in the angle of it being kids being empowered, not necessarily women being empowered. I think that's where they missed the mark. I think they should have focused more on, this is a woman being empowered. Because the kids are what actually empower her.
I agree with that.
It's the kids that are all saying, no, we're going to help you. We're going to help you. We're going to fight.
Yeah.
It's not a women against men. It's a kids against adults.
You're exactly right.
But you're right. She should have, and maybe that's why they didn't include the sexual assault, because it would have been more of a woman thing. But also it doesn't explain why she felt like she needed to cut the hair. I know that she was watching this Joan of Arc thing, and she was disguising herself as a man, so she's shaving her head to disguise herself as a man, or just to make a point that I'm as powerful as a man.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a disconnect. Is it a woman-man thing, or is it a kids-adult thing? I feel like the whole thing was mostly kids-adult until she shaved her head, and now it's like, I'm trying to be a man.
Yes.
And then what's the point of that? Because everybody knows she looks like
it's actually, like, to me, I interpret it as a little kind of deep, because it's like, is she almost trying to, although she's still beautiful, but she's trying to desexualize herself. She's trying to, like, just lose all the long blonde hair. Like, you're so pretty. Like, that typical, you're so pretty bullshit.
Like, take me seriously.
Because here's the thing. My issue with all that was like, oh my God, wait, she's cutting her hair, what? So she looks more in disguise to pass as a guy. Because that's what the Joan of Arc situation was. She was like once with the soldier. But it was like, the thing is, she does this, but then she does this broadcast with her new look.
So it's not a disguise.
Right. It's not a disguise at all. So now I'm like, wait a minute. If she's running, she knows people want to catch her. You see her hanging out of cars. You see her not ducking down when the car stops at the store. Let the kids see her. Mm-hmm. She's not covering up her face at all. And she cuts her hair and films her new look for all the world to see. So it's like, what is her action plan here?
Right, exactly. It's so unclear. Yes, you want your $600 back.
Yeah. She mentioned that once or twice.
You got it. You want $608. Fair is fair.
Yeah.
But, I don't know. It's
a mixed message.
It's messy.
Messy narrative. I liked Putter, by the way. I did.
I didn't mind her except for her voice. Her voice drove me crazy. I liked that she was there. She was like this comic relief. Yeah. And I liked that she was so blunt and she kind of said what people wanted to say. I liked that as well. Could have done without the child abuse angle on that.
Where the hell have you been? Smack right in the face. And then
where have you been? Go to your room and shut that door. You're grounded, god damn it. But it was like, what was that movie?
Yes.
We saw another movie that had that comically.
Mom, Baba, will you stop your lying?
It's a lion, yeah.
What was the movie? It wasn't big, was it? No.
No, was it Roxanne?
Was it a spaceship?
He fell out of the tree. I don't know.
Superman. Oh, Superman!
Oh, it was Superman!
A man in the tree, and the man saved the cat. Will you stop lying?
Yeah.
Same vibe. Yeah.
Same vibe.
Jesus, Mary, and Joseph. Could they have got any more fake blood in Christian Slater's face?
Oh my god.
First of all,
it was insane.
If he was beat up that badly, why wouldn't he have cleaned the blood off his face?
Oh.
And I will say this, a big negative I have is it definitely seems like he had a head injury for the rest of the movie because he made some really interesting choices for himself.
Binks was more annoying than Putter, in my opinion.
Oh, Binks is super annoying.
It's like, Jesus, just turn him in. Get him in jail.
He will never learn. He grabs the fake gun, the toy gun, and when they're shooting at him, he holds up the fake gun. And then someone else has to say to him, they have real guns. You don't.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, yeah.
Yep.
Oh, Binks.
So I have something in my note here from when she's talking to the police officer, and this might bring a little bit of clarity as to why she cut her hair off. Okay. Because the police officer says, you're a pretty girl. He was probably just trying to get your attention.
Yep.
So maybe that is kind of what we're thinking here, is she shaved the hair off to be taken seriously.
Yes. Yeah.
But yeah, you're right. She's still so gorgeous, though.
Yeah, and also it's because that sleazy guy, hubby's dad, racist dick dad, was basically like, you sure are pretty thin, just like your mama. The blonde hair, blah, blah, blah. So I feel like it was like, you know what? I'm so tired of these men objectifying me. You like my blonde hair?
It's gonna be
you like me in little dresses? I ain't ever wearing a dress again. And I'm wearing a cut-up swimsuit.
Yeah, where is she getting these outfits? That's one of the things I'm like, why? She has plenty of outfit changes throughout this whole thing. Where is she getting all of these outfits?
I wonder if it was from maybe that guy's costume collection. I mean,
maybe.
Because where did she get the swimsuit? It's like a shark, what do you call it? A scuba diving outfit.
Yes, it was yes.
Yeah, very weird. And it can't be comfortable. And the heat
take me
of
seriously.
Texas.
Wait, let me unzip this to my belly button first. Her boobs are hanging out. If you want to be taken seriously, and I know this is a very sexist thing, but she's trying to make a point that she wants to be heard.
And, tough.
Then let's put those tatas away a little bit and let people hear you. And then take them out if you want. But
I did
you're missing the point of what you're trying to do here.
I have, Christian, it's so funny because we do have very similar notes. I have a lot of issues with this movie, but I still find it very entertaining.
Yeah.
I wrote, what a mess. The gun, the groping, it all happens within 90 seconds, and it's so messy and noisy, and it doesn't even make any sense. There's no ammo in that thing, and he shoots the gun. Why? He's like, he said there were no bullets, but why'd you shoot it anyway?
Yeah, it doesn't, exactly. I mean, he was an idiot.
Yeah, he was.
Binks was an idiot.
$608.
Fair is fair!
I loved the scene with it. Let's just show fair is fair when the other one's talking every 5 minutes. The grocery store scene I loved when the girls they're looking at her, which also fastest press in America.
Well, it doesn't make any sense. How long has it been gone? 10 minutes and everybody knows who she is?
That's what I'm saying. If they remade it today, it would be so much better.
That would make more sense.
I love the fact they're helping her.
Yes.
We'll help you. Put on my dad's card, the whole thing.
Yes.
They're saying goodbye. I think it's some really nice acting on Helen Slater part when they're there's no music. And the girl, after helping her, says, my dad says you're going to end up dead. And just the look on Billie Jean's face was so perfect.
Yeah, it was good.
Helen Slater, I think, is very good in this movie.
Mm-hmm. I like her, too. I really like Helen Slater. I think she's gorgeous.
Great.
I think she's a good actress.
Ruthless People.
Yep.
Secret of My Success. Let's see. at one point I really paused it and I had to backtrack on my notes and I just wrote, this is giving some, I think Thelma and Louise, I think Thelma and Louise owes a little bit to this movie. Sexual assault, the gunshot, the sympathetic cop, the joyride, the robbing, the stealing from
stores. And
no
one's going to believe you.
The story of sexual assault because you're a woman.
Yeah, and you're a whore.
And let's turn ourselves into the police.
And you do not wear bras.
They're never going to believe you. We need to be outlaws now. We're fugitives.
Let's go to Vermont.
Texas. Yeah, I mean, it's all in Texas. Why do you want to go to Texas?
He wants to drive from Texas to Vermont.
Yeah.
That's what Binks wants to do.
Yeah. Why not?
I mean, Mexico's right there, right?
Hubby's dad, doubling down. You would have loved it. I wrote, doubtful.
Oh,
you
is
scumbag.
So gross.
He's so gross.
He is so gross.
Oh, yeah, rub your mustache all over me. You're
you would have loved it.
You would have loved it.
There's nothing less attractive than that guy.
No thanks.
Terrible.
Binks is a big dummy.
Yep, he has a gun.
Yep. I wrote, Binks, stop being a dipshit.
Good luck with that.
So they break into the house.
Yep.
When you're rich, food isn't supposed to taste like what it is.
Oh, I love it. That was really funny, too. I don't understand why in any movie probably from any generation, forget about the 80s, when someone's in the middle of the night, opens up a refrigerator, there's always a cake. On the top shelf, uncovered.
Cake, yeah.
Is this like a common thing? Brian, if I go into your refrigerator right now, is there going to be a cake on the first level?
Yes.
On the top shelf there?
Yes.
It is.
We always keep a half-eaten...
It's usually chocolate.
We always keep a half-eaten cake on the top. Everyone does.
Come on, dude.
Yeah, it's so funny.
It's such an 80s thing.
I laughed, but it looked good.
It looks delicious. I want one now. Good. I hope you do have a cake in your refrigerator right now.
There is I like the whole fun 80s pool sequence. They're all jumping in the pool. That's so fun. Yes. Like I like that had this little break, where they could just breathe a little bit. That was very fun.
Yeah, you need that little break, right? A little fun. But they're snooping around the house. First of all, please don't do that.
Fair is fair. No, and snooping around the house.
I don't like that. You know what? You're not outlaws. You just need a little something to eat. Just hop in, stay in the kitchen.
Snooping. She was snooping.
She was. Everybody else was in the kitchen eating. She was always separate from everybody else. Do you notice that?
And I kind of loved how. Yeah, it's kind of weird. And I did kind of love how messed up it was, though. He was like this sci-fi
weird
costumes
sci-fi.
Guy. I kind of loved it. I did kind of love it. Just
it was
creepy. That weird, creepy monster following her around the house. That
was really funny. Yeah. And she's snooping into all these rooms, and then she opens up this room, and it's like all of these masks, and it's lit with candles. Very creepy. Yeah. I'm not stepping foot into that room. Are you out of your mind? What are you talking about? She walks in, and you find out afterwards there's music playing as well. I thought it was background music, but it was actually music because they shut it off.
Yes.
I'm not walking into that room, and if it's something on, that means somebody's home.
Yeah.
Go, get out of the house.
Yeah.
So then he comes in, and she throws something at him, right? She kicks him or kicks him the ball.
Yeah, of course. Guitar. She jabs the guitar.
Okay, that's okay. And then she did something to him, and he goes, "Why'd you do that for?" Like,
oh my God!
Why do you think she did it? You're disguised as this weird, creepy thing.
Yeah.
Of course she's going to... Oh, my God. Why do you think she did it, you idiot?
Completely.
Lloyd, I liked a lot better the first time I met him, like 20 years ago.
Opposite.
Opposite. Did not like him.
I liked him more now than then.
I did not think he was helpful at all. He's like, take me as a hostage.
Well, he just wanted to get back at his dad. Yeah.
Yes, but how is that going to be helpful?
They would have a bargaining chip. Basically, like, the cops wouldn't hurt them or get them.
But fair is fair. Kidnapping somebody is not fair. They're ruining their whole image.
Oh, really? 2 weeks ago, you were fine with Bill and Ted kidnapping historical figures every 5 seconds.
Well, they were dopes. They didn't mind being kidnapped, any of them.
Christina, fair is fair. The haircut is cool, but wouldn't it be better without the earring? I thought she was trying to be
Where'd you get these earrings? She was completely accessorized and full face of makeup. And I get he does the special effects, so I can.
She probably had some. Yeah, he probably had some makeup.
But she comes in, all of a sudden she has like 12 hoops in her ear.
She
Did you pierce your ear while you were in there?
That's true.
And all of a sudden I have a southern accent as well.
Billie Jean saves the abused kid. Talk about abused. Jesus Christ, he had marks all over his body.
And then, how weird was it? He's all of a sudden turned into like this. He's a fan of hers all of a sudden.
Yeah, really.
It was weird.
Really weird. That was weird. Hubby's dad has a Billie Jean stand of T-shirts, hats, and even the shirt he was shot in, unwashed.
Yes.
Gross.
Yep. Disgusting. Bumper stickers, frisbees, you name it, all able to apparently produce it in what? Hours?
That's a good point.
I just didn't understand the timeline on this.
That's a really good point, Christina.
Yeah, I was so annoyed when I saw the bumper stickers. People are driving around Texas with Billie Jean bumper stickers.
So true. That was really fast.
Very fast.
As fast as the newspaper. Good car chase, but damn, that guy was out of his mind. He was going for blood.
My God! Why would they try to kill him?
Billie Jean didn't kill anyone. Billie Jean didn't even shoot the gun. Like, why do they have Billie Jean with a gun everywhere?
So
like,
this
that's
is
not
another
even real.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. But here's the thing, because they try to make her an outlaw. Yeah. But anyway, so the kidnapping makes it even worse.
Right.
And now she has a bounty on her head. That's why they're trying to kill her now. Because it was $10,000.
Not dead or alive.
Well, I guess this guy thought
this guy was willing to kill everyone in the car.
Children. They're all kids.
Yeah. One with that Putter is allegedly 14.
Yes.
She's 21 in real life in that movie. But he goes for like the fucking steering wheel. Like, he's shooting through the windshield, through the back of the car. Like, he's like trying to Bonnie and Clyde them while they're driving.
It's bizarre.
It's insanity.
Yeah.
They kiss, Billie Jean and Lloyd. And, is that his name really? Mm-hmm. Lloyd? And I think she says, this isn't working. I'm like, yeah, they really don't have much chemistry, but I do like them both as characters. We're like, this isn't working. And he says, remember what he says?
What did he say?
That's because we're standing up.
That's right. I almost wrote that down.
I'm like, listen, you have learned nothing from the Legend of Billie Jean. She doesn't like when men sexualize her.
She likes that one, though, didn't she? Yeah. Pick and choose.
Then, my next note is a while later, because it's like jumps, and it's like, Mom slaps Putter.
Again.
By the way, fun fact, that was a real slap.
Ooh.
The actress allegedly thought she was supposed to really slap her.
Oh my God.
That was a hard slap. And Putter said, and Yeardley Smith said, but her face was a little bit.
Oh my God. Thank God she was like not really 14.
Her. How bad was the wig? And it was definitely a wig on Putter. And so Helen Slater really cut her hair. Oh, she didn't cut it. She had it cut. But so in the beginning, there was like a lot of it that's her real hair. Then she gets it cut. But then they'd go back for some reshoots, and she had to wear a long wig. But the short hair is the short hair is the short hair. Like, it's really short hair.
Did they have to leave the house in a hurry for some reason? Were they closing in on them?
Yeah.
Okay. Because her hair's everywhere. The wrappers are everywhere. I'm like, really? You could have just like cleaned up after yourself.
It was also weird. He kind of touched, felt the hair. Like, it was a little
gross.
And clearly, even he thought she was hot. Yes. Poor girl.
Oh my God. Well, it's just the hair that makes her hot, though. Apparently.
Not quite sure of her game plan. Yeah, I already said that line. But it's like.
Oh my God! Look, I'm not sure about the plan.
Oh my God! Yeah, but it's like
that plan of hers.
Her whole thing is, I need to take a stand. She hasn't stood still.
No, she hasn't.
She's running and running and running.
She took a hostage. That's what she took. That's her stand.
She's also, at one point, she jumps on a motorcycle, no helmet. But it's like, and it's not so much about safety, it's about disguise. Like, I don't understand. She is still running, right? She's running.
I don't know what she's doing. I don't know what she's doing.
She had enough time.
All she wants is her $608 back.
Fair is fair.
Fair is fair.
She has enough time to walk across town to save a kid who's being beaten by his dad.
She walked slowly across town too. She was like,
she had a huge squad with her.
How many fucking kids live in that town, by the way? She's walking, and all of a sudden, there's literally 100 hundreds of children following her. No matter what's happening, they're playing basketball. Oh, nope, there goes Billie Jean. Let's walk slowly behind her.
Oh my God.
It was bizarre.
So when they're on the payphone with the cop,
yes,
and he's like, let me talk to my son. First of all, Dean Stockwell, I didn't even realize he was in this movie. And so,
such a small role.
Do you remember? I know. Do you remember what he says, what Lloyd says? I had to rewind it 3 times. He kept saying it too fast.
Oh, what did he say? I probably didn't hear it either.
Are you okay, son? I could use a steak. And he did it with this weird accent. I could use a steak. Let's see. Believe it or not, the next note is the ending. What do I have for notes? Binks, he lies to the kids about what they're up to. Oh my God, I didn't like that.
What the fuck, Binks?
And that they committed crimes.
Yeah. Binks needs to go
away.
These
kids look up to him.
He steals guns. He lies to the kids. He is nothing but trouble. That's what I wrote. Putter gets her period.
But that was great because Binks says, gross. And Billie Jean says, no, it is not gross, Putter. It's wonderful. And I was like, you know what?
That is nice.
That is really smart. I've never seen that in a movie. And it's really empowering.
Yes,
because women are constantly shamed for their menstrual cycles. And I think that's a very feminist thing. Because Putter's first period...
You're right. You're absolutely right.
Because if they just made a joke of it, she's going to have that stigma for the rest of her fucking life.
That's
that her first period had that trauma.
And now she'll remember it.
Like,
she'll remember that day as the day she got her period.
That's right. And
not the day she was shot at or running from the cops. It was the day she got her period and was turned into a woman.
I will tell you this. When I was 12 when this came out, 13 years old.
Did you get your period?
I knew what a period was. But when they're like, oh my God, you were shot, you were bleeding. And then I was like, oh my God, she got a period. And I said it like...
It's kind of unlikely that they would notice it like that, by the way.
Maybe she...
I mean, she's wearing jeans.
Is your first period usually a heavy one? Like the first period ever?
I mean, it depends on who you ask.
So I wrote, I love the ending.
Okay, hold on.
Oh, sorry.
I said, she should have left Binks behind.
Yes.
Oh, because she leaves. She leaves the 2 girls behind. I said she should have left Binks behind too.
I wondered when the plan was established.
There's no plan. No one has a plan. No one has a plan.
Well, they had some plan because Binks impersonated her.
Well, and that's the other thing. Look, why?
Clearly, you know why? Because clearly it was goddamn dangerous. But why put your brother in it then?
But what's the point? I'm like, why couldn't she have walked up? Like, what was the point? She was just gonna... Just to make sure the scooter's there? Like, what the fuck are you doing?
Because, well, to me, I was like, oh, she did that because she thought she was going to get shot. But then I was like, wait, you're switching out with your brother?
So let's just have him get shot.
Yeah.
Well, I'm kind of supporting that plan. I mean, he was nothing but trouble.
But also, what a coincidence. He gets shot exactly in the same spot that the other guy got shot.
Isn't that a good idea?
Fair is fair.
Fair is fair.
It makes perfect sense.
So much child abuse.
He did shoot that guy.
And what is this? Yeah, exactly. What is the timeline on this? Where is she going? What's with the bumper stickers? Kneeing in the balls is her signature move.
Oh, 1,000%.
This is all she does.
Yeah.
She just knees them in the balls.
Which I think is also very, and again, very women, very female.
Yes. So this time around, that is definitely more what I saw is that female empowerment thing. But again, I felt like it was a bit inconsistent because is it like the kids empowerment thing as well. But yes, definitely.
Somebody remake The Legend of Billie Jean. I think there's a lot of good stuff there and they can make it even better nowadays.
Yes. Okay, so the end.
I loved it. I loved it because we finally got to hear her say what he did to her and how he tried to make her feel.
Yes.
And she calls him a pig. I think she actually says it twice.
Yep.
And I thought he was great, a great performance as well.
It was good because he knows, like, he just has no idea what to do. He has nothing to say. He's trying to give her the money back, and that's not working. Yeah. And yes.
I loved his, like,
cowering.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. I loved it. I thought it felt very real, very uncomfortable. And you could see it on his face that he was losing this in real time. And as were the general public. Mm-hmm.
And
because
again,
they realized...
perfect remade today because everybody would be live streaming this.
Absolutely.
Yep.
And they're realizing, oh, this is wrong. I was supporting the wrong thing. I was supporting the exploiter, not the person.
Yes.
And And also and really what were they celebrating? She really went through something bad, and all she wanted was, let's say it together, Christina.
Fair is fair.
She just wanted $608 goddamn dollars.
That's it. But here's a question I have for you.
Yes. For me. And only me. A question only Brian Macefield could answer.
Yes, it is true. Fair is fair. It is true. Pruitt needed to give that $608 back for the scooter that they ruined.
That's right.
Fair is fair. I get that. However, I don't know what that accent was. However, Binks shot Pruitt.
That's right.
There's no question about that. Are they not getting in trouble for shooting a person? Well, I don't understand why that's never even mentioned.
It is weird that they're just skiing. It's like, it's so weird. Like, they're suddenly in Vermont. He still shot somebody. And yes, there are witnesses all over saying, but when
they did steal stuff. They did allegedly kidnap. They still don't know that was a fake kidnapping.
This would only work if everyone involved dropped the charges. So Pruitt, is it Pruitt? Pruitt has to drop the charges. The guy's dad would have to drop the charges for kidnapping. And my guess is, listen, you're really going to do this? You sexually assaulted a teenager.
Yes.
This is what you want to do? There's witnesses. Like,
are there witnesses?
Not to sexual assault. Not sexual assault. But I think if Billie Jean said, listen, this is why. I mean, I would hope they would goddamn believe her.
I mean, if he was smart enough, he'd be like, oh, now that you're in all this trouble, you're telling me that I sexually harassed you and sexually abused you.
Yeah.
But where's the proof?
Yeah, because she
so
probably...
if he was smart enough.
I mean, he grabbed her tightly. At that point, she probably had
He actually grabbed her breast at one point. He had his arm wrapped around her.
Oh, at the bottom of the staircase.
Yeah.
And even that, I think, is enough to be like, let go of my sister. And he did say, let her go, let her go, let her go.
Well, and then you know what she says? I told you guys to wait in the car.
Yeah.
Like, it's a good thing they fucking didn't.
1,000.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
They probably both would have raped her, the son and the father.
Absolutely.
They're disgusting.
They are disgusting. Fair is fair!
My other note is, the fire is...
You know what she should have said in the video? It shouldn't be fair is fair.
Hair is hair?
Hair is hair!
Like, hair is just hair.
Hair is hair. Doesn't define me.
Christina, I did worry at some point for the safety of the town. That fire was out of control.
And no one seemed to care that it was on fire. They're like, let's just add to the fire.
Let's
Here,
just
have a t-shirt.
Things, yeah.
Have a t-shirt. Have a Frisbee that's going to smell.
Ooh, I didn't think of that.
Yeah.
I hate that last shot. Why does it end on Binks? It's a freeze frame of Binks in a snowmobile.
Binks sucks.
Binks, give me a break, Binks. Like, it should have ended on her at the top of a mountain.
Absolutely.
Ready to snowmobile.
Yep.
With Binks on her back.
Yes.
Carrying Binks.
Binks laying down as a ramp. Yes.
Okay, the big question, I think I know how this is going to go, but I have to ask you, Christina.
So,
okay,
ask me the question. Good. No, I'm good. No, I'm good with my notes.
More? Did you enjoy this more, less, or about the same on rewatch?
Well, it's an interesting question because I didn't really like it the first time around.
Right.
Right?
Me neither.
And I didn't like it this time around either. But I think I understood it a little bit more as far as the plight, as far as the message and all that. Again, I'm going to choose that it was a female empowerment message.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't think the movie gets that. I think that it's a little muddled.
I think it's ahead of its time in some ways.
And again, there's so many problems, so many issues with time frame and why she did the things that she did and what the plan was.
First, especially, can I just interrupt you for 1 second? Because I'm joining you. Especially in a place like that. Like, there's nothing for miles. They're in the nowhere, Texas. Everything would take forever. Everything. The newspaper, the Frisbees, all of it would take so long.
Just getting the word out. Getting... How many kids are watching the news? I mean, it just didn't make any sense. But I will say,
or reading the newspaper.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, you see just a picture of her. That's it.
Yeah.
I just feel like, I think I liked it slightly more because of those reasons.
I liked it a lot more. I think I did write very similar. I think it's actually deeper than it knows, and possibly even more a little ahead of its time. I like how Billie Jean has no control over the media's interpretation of her actions. She has no control over the public perception of herself, and that she can say everything directly to the camera. I bet people are going to do different things with that. And so I think it's very timely, actually. Yes. And I wish there were some scenes I wish were quite a bit longer so we could really get to know Billie Jean a little bit better. I mean, we're meeting her and she's being bullied. So it's like, we don't really get to know her very, very well at all. And I think that in some ways is very smart. Because once again, this happens a lot in our culture now, where like sometimes we throw a lot of our chips on someone, like, oh, this someone's really speaking up, but then you find out more about them, you're like, oh, I don't agree with everything you're saying.
Yes.
And so I think that's one of those interesting things about this movie, but I liked it a lot more. I was not bored, and I was bored to tears the first time around.
Yeah, no, I wasn't bored either.
Yeah.
So
I do some trivia.
Okay.
I'm going to give you one guess what the original title of this movie was.
Fair is Fair?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Christian Slater had to attend school during filming.
Oh, wow. Yeah, he's young. This is his first movie, right?
It is his first movie.
Yeah.
Crazy. Helen, I said that already. She had to wear a long wig at times, but never a short one. Yeardley Smith was 21, playing a 14-year-old. Oh, you know what? Let's jump back to the last week, League of Their Own. Mm-hmm. Do you think Yeardley Smith played a convincing 14-year-old?
I do.
Yeah, me too.
Yep, I do.
She had to tape her breasts down because they were too big to be a 14-year-old. Helen Slater. This is only her second film. Her first film was Supergirl. Her third film was Ruthless People.
Interesting. And
it was 84, 85, 86. Christian, Billie Jean. He wouldn't do Heathers till 88. He had a few movies in between.
Interesting.
And I have a match game.
I have an FMK.
Do you want to go first?
Sure, I'll go first.
All right.
So, but I have a question for you, Brian. I have a choice of FMKs.
Okay.
You can do the young version or the old version.
Old.
Sure about this?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Your choices are Ringwald, who's the Peter Coyote,
the cop, yeah.
Pyatt, or, how do you say it, Maldor, Lloyd's father, Dean Stockwell. I know what you're going to do. I already know what you're going to do. It's easy.
It's a little tough because I don't find Peter Coyote that attractive. I think I would... So obviously I'm going to kill... Obviously, the rapist.
But he's probably pretty experienced. Are you sure?
Yes. I'm very sure. He's gross. I would have to marry... I think I would marry Moldauer. I think I would.
I mean, he has some money. He's the millionaire.
And then Ringwald... Yeah, I think I would just... I guess... Screw him.
Yeah.
What would you say? You would say too?
I would do the same. Because even if you switched out Ringwald and Moldauer, because I think Moldauer's more effable than Ringwald.
Oh, yeah.
But I don't know if Ringwald would be a great husband. I feel like he didn't really take her seriously. If he had a daughter, how is that going to be?
He's so, vanilla. He's so,
he wasn't really...
Hey.
He didn't even need to be in the movie.
Well, the whole mall scene. We didn't talk about the mall scene.
Oh, God, the mall
scene. When, she runs across the thing, and they have the money, and he drops the wall. That's the envelope. That's when he says you would have loved it. And then she, runs up the escalator. I actually kind of liked it. I liked when she threw the marbles. I mean, it's totally something that, a teenager would do. But yeah, I mean, he had no real authority. And and the thing is, I think he could have had authority. But it was there's snipers here. It's step up.
And he's not, you're right, vanilla. He kind of sleepwalking through this because...
A little bit.
You think about the police officer in Thelma and Louise when you're making that comparison, right?
Right.
And he was their cheerleader. He was helping them. Yeah. He was, let's make a deal. Let's help.
He stood in front of the people with all the guns. He
doesn't even do any of that. He's just in the background. You don't even know if whose side he's on.
He was also, Thelma and Louise, he was also saying, listen, you're making things worse. Mm-hmm. Listen, please come back. I will help you. Like, he was just much more involved.
Yes.
And, more vocal.
Do you want to hear the young one I had?
Yeah.
Binks.
Okay.
Lloyd.
Yeah.
And Hubie.
Okay. Killing Binks, effing Hubie. I think Hubie's kind of cute. And then marrying.
Wow. That was quicker than I thought.
I think Lloyd is pretty fun. I kind of liked his sense of humor.
That was annoying.
Okay. I have a match game.
Okay.
Is that what you would have said for the young ones? No, it wouldn't. You would have said, assuming everyone's legal in this scenario.
Oh, of course. I probably would have effed Binks. I would have had to have married Lloyd, I suppose. I would have had to have.
You would have killed Hubie.
Yeah.
Okay. I have a match game.
Okay.
Putter, your favorite. Putter really tried to capitalize on her fame. A year after the scandal, she tried...
Fair is fair! Sorry.
A year after the scandal, Putter tried launching her own line of blank. Oh, you're writing awfully fast. Wow. I have 3 answers. So 21.
Ding.
A year after the scandal, Putter tried launching her own line of...
Maxi pads.
Maxi pads!
I thought
the
it was
other
a
one's
little bit
teddy bears and scissors.
Oh, I love it. Yeah. That's great. Teddy bears, that's a good one. You know what's really funny about this when we're writing down our notes? Remember at the very beginning of 5 years ago when we started this, we would have our own separate pieces of paper. We would write it down. We'd fold it up when we did our match games. Now we just like scribble up a little bit. We don't even show each other half the time.
That's true.
I'm
That's
losing
true.
my paper.
Oh my god.
So,
and how did you watch it?
I watched it again. Library.
Yeah. My DVD was so lame. All it had was the movie. It didn't even have a trailer.
Yeah, same. It just
the commentary. Yeah, same. So it just started and I was like, wait, there's no subtitles. No subtitles.
Nope.
No trailer, no behind the scenes, no nothing. All it had was the movie and then commentary by Helen Slater and Yeardley Smith.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Good times. Well, that was The Legend of Billie Jean. Fair is fair! And that's it for us and for this episode of Old Roommates.
Thank you for listening. Please remember to follow us on Instagram or YouTube, where we have our episodes as well as a little extra.
And if you have any questions about our show, any suggestions for movies we could revisit, reach out to us at oldroommatespod@gmail.com.
Thanks again for listening.
This is Brian.
And this is Christina. Until next time.